Hey everybody, thanks for joining me and I appreciate all the support on the last video. These are a blast. I'm having a lot of fun doing them. Again, excuse the background noise. Stop it. Sorry. I told you to stop. Drop it. It's not going to happen. Okay, that's it. Sorry. You forced me. You're my witness. She was asking for it. Anyway, so last video I did horror movies that exceeded my expectations or surprised me. This time I'd like to do horror movies that disappointed me in a way. And again, I ask you to remember these are opinions. You know, if you've seen any of these, really liked them, good for you. But these just kind of let me down in some way. The first one is The Battery from 2012. It's a hello, The Battery from. Okay, I'm sorry. Please come back. Please. I'll give you a sucker. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The Battery, 2012. This thing has an 80% on Rotten Tomato. I watched it. I own it. I actually have it in my hand right here. I was really high on it. I was like really excited and psyched to see it. The quotes are like, the first must-see zombie film in a long time. One of the best and most ambitious zombie movies in recent memory. I mean, I watched it and I was completely and totally underwhelmed. Several reasons. The pacing was just... I could see what they were going for, kind of like a slow burn kind of thing, but to me, it was, instead of being slow burn in a good way, it was slow burn to the detriment of the movie. In other words, it bored the hound out of me in certain places. They tried to show the mundane things of a zombie apocalypse, like these two guys were just living off the land, and there's one scene where they just ransack a house and find a toothbrush, and I swear I'm not making this up, they have a toothbrushing scene that has to go on, I know, at least a full minute and a half. I was just like, good Lord, do we really need to see them brush each individual tooth in their head? Again, I could see what they were going for. They were like, you know, buddy, it's like a buddy cop zombie movie, but the two leads, the bearded guy was okay, but the other guy really, something about his performance that just, I didn't like it. So I did not like the movie. And again, I was just disappointed by. If I didn't like it, I'll tell you, I liked The Battery. It was good, but I don't think 80%, really? And all these praises, I don't know. Have you seen it? What'd you think? Let me know. The other one, next up is House of the Witch from 2017. Again, this one kind of looked like a sci-fi haunted house horror CGI movie. Pretty bland, pretty generic. It had a nice slipcover, so it had that going for it. The movie box was cool. But as far as overall, it tried to go for like the big shock twist ending, and it just kind of fell flat. The characters were pretty much unlikable, and yeah, no good. I was only disappointed. The next one is Gwen from 2018. Now, this one is a Shudder original, and I swear 9 times out of 10, I am all about Shudder. I've loved everything they've put out. This one just, it got a really, really high score on Rotten Tomatoes, again, 70 or something, I think. But it was another one of those slow burn, atmospheric period drama horror things, but it slow burn to what, really? Not much of a payoff for me in any way. I don't know, it was just had a lot of commentary on spirituality that I didn't necessarily agree with, so maybe that affected my opinion, but sorry. But again, Gwen, wasn't too impressed. A rare swing and a miss for me, anyway, by Shudder. The next one was Grave Encounters. Now, 2011 Grave Encounters. I love found footage horror. Love it. VHS. I absolutely love. Grave Encounters was one that you had heard about. You can't be a horror fan and not have heard of this movie. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, it was one of the early ones, found footage. It was so good, so scary. Again, got good Rotten Tomatoes scores. It got glowing reviews. I liked it, but again, I've seen better. I've just seen better executed, better made horror, found footage particularly. It takes a lot of love away from Hell House LLC, which I thought were really good. The first two are really, really good. Grave Encounters I liked. I couldn't get past a lot of the gratuitous language in it, and I know like that's a thing with horror movies, unfortunately, but I think really here it was so much to the point to the detriment of the characters, because all the characters were cursing and all the characters it just caused them to blend together. I mean, they had no really, to me anyway, like individual distinct personalities. Therefore, I didn't get invested as much as I really should have, or what they were going for. So Grave Encounters, again, I own it. It's all right. I like it. Far better, in my opinion, are out there. The VHS series, Hell House LLC was really good. I'll do a separate video on found footage, but moving on to the next movie that kind of disappointed me, and this was not kinda, it really did really disappoint me. The newest one on the list from 2021, it's M. Night Shyamalan's Old. Man, M. Night Shyamalan, I love. I even was a fan of Lady in the Water. Okay, I'm like one of the 13 people that were actually, or probably more like 7 or 8 people that actually liked that movie. It was weird in a good way. I could see what he was going for with the fairy tale aesthetic and everything, but Old was just weird in that weird way that's not good, if that makes any sense. I didn't like it. Again, it was a build up, a slow burn. You had the vintage, the gratuitous kind of twist at the end. I mean, it was all right for what it was, but as far as putting it anywhere near the same category as The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, in my book, Signs, and The Village, which those two I absolutely love, Old, I would not put anywhere near there. Those are some of the movies that disappointed me. If you've seen any of them, let me know what you thought. Agree, disagree, whatever. The last create a movie title was Children of the Triangle, and the winner with her synopsis in the comment section of the last video is Lindsay Smith, which basically she just did a continuation of Napoleon Dynamite. And I encourage you to go back and reread her comment. It's very creative. So I pre-drew the next movie title. It is called The Black Soul of the Killing Sword. The Black Soul of the Killing Sword. So tell me what that movie is about, please. I want a lot of engagement, comments. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And I promise not to spray Font Phantom anymore if she behaves and quits mentioning you know what. Because that is verboten on this channel. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.